What's going on, you guys? Today is a Marvel Legends figure review on the Marvel Legends Abomination Wave Leader figure. I am super stoked about this figure, especially because I've been watching Earth's Mightiest Heroes and there was a two-part story on the leader and it was called Gamma World, so that made me want him even more, and luckily I found him today. So taking a look at the packaging, it's the standard Marvel Legends packaging we've been getting lately. Nothing too fancy here. Got the leader on the side. Oh, on the back you got the rest of the wave. So you got, the leader and the whole Abomination wave. 3 Gammaverse figures, and then we have the other 4. This side you got leader again in his exact same pose on all 4 sides. And now let's open the figure and see what's what. Alright guys, taking a look at Marvel Legends the leader figure, and I'm torn about this figure. I like it, but I don't like it, and I'll explain why right now. So first, let's jump into his accessories. Psych, he literally comes with no accessories at all besides the Build-A-Figure piece. That is my biggest, by far, complaint, gripe, whatever you want to call it, with this figure. He literally comes with no blaster, no scientific accessories, no extra hands, no, angry head sculpt that would be cool, like literally nothing. So that is an insane bummer. Now, where I like the figure is it's a good representation of the leader in action figure form. This is a very classic look. I mean, you can see it in the comic books, you can see it in the Earth's Mightiest Heroes cartoon, you can see it really all over the medium of pop culture that, the leader's a part of, that this is his classic look. It's great. He's on a good buck for the leader. There's really no articulation to complain about. Of course, you could always say, oh, he'd have butterfly joints, etc. But honestly, this little chest piece here kind of prevents him from having some good butterfly joints. So that doesn't really matter, and he still, he has good enough articulation. And so just taking a look at the sculpt and everything, starting off at the head, I think it's in focus for you guys, but starting off with the head, he has this he has this vein that kind of goes down to where his brows are, that kind of goes all the way up, and it's sculpted. It would have been nice if we got a little detail on that, just a little, a little dry brush, a little airbrush maybe, just to kind of highlight it a little bit of a different green so it would show up a little more. And he has a vein similar on this side, but it's completely different. His eyes look good. I like his stern facial expression. That's great. His hair looks good. It's that black sleek back. That looks fine. No real issues with that for me. The yellow's very flat yellow, again off his comic look, so really no big deal there. Again, he has patches and stuff. Nice if we could color those, but again, it's not really his classic look. It's mainly just basically yellow, so it's okay that we didn't get that. And you got black. I have a little smudge of orange right there, guys, if you can see that on mine. It's actually kind of like 2, but the one above it's a little worse, so that sucks. But again, it's easily hideable in the displays. I'm not too worried about it. So you just take a look at his back. He's got the yellow belt. The nice thing is the yellow belt as well. The yellow belt is sculpted on, which is nice. And the reason why I say that is because I hate figures like Cyclops, where their straps just fall off all the time. Same with belts. They fall down, they fall up, they get loose. It's hard to do displays with them. So I'm happy about that. However, this is a little loose, so you could take this off if you wanted to. I don't know why you would want to. Maybe use it on another figure, but it's a little loose, but it's tight to the point where it's not moving around. We just go down his body, and he's got these thin legs, and then his boots, and they're not even boots. He doesn't even have boot rotation. It's just, a line painted here of yellow. So again, this is going to be a really basic review because this guy literally comes with nothing and he's a pretty basic figure. Again, someone we needed, but pretty basic. So his articulation. He's on the old head style that they haven't been using lately, so he can look up that far down. I think honestly his chin hinders that, but it's great how far he can look up because guess what? This guy's always talking, working with Hulks basically. So it's a good thing he can look so far up. His arm can move that far up / out. He has a bicep swivel. He has double jointed elbows. Just might take some finessing, but double jointed elbows. And then he's got wrist articulation that's just up and down on a hinge. Then you have an ab crunch that can move that far forward and that far back. That combined with the head looking back, and he can look up straight vertically like he's flying. So I don't get why we don't get this kind of articulation on, I think the 80th anniversary Iron Man had this, but I don't know if Spidey had this good, but mainly Human Torch, flying figures who need to be flying and looking straight ahead. But anyway, enough of that. He has a torso cut here where underneath the belt, as you can see, the belt is sculpted on, so that's awesome. Then he can kick. I will say his pelvis looks a little big, but nothing to complain about truly. You can kick that far forward, only that far back. So not a lot back. Yeah, only that far back right there. So not far back. He's got an upper thigh cut, which is nice that you can rotate around. It's a little stiff for me. Double jointed knees, no boot cut, but he does have up, down, and ankle pivot on his feet. The last thing I want to talk about real quick is his hands, because he does come with hands, although they're weird. So his left one is like kind of like a holding hand almost. It's a cupped hand, pretty closed. Not really meant. I don't think it's meant to be a trigger hand, although it looks like the index finger is separatable from the rest of the finger, so you could technically get him holding a blaster of some kind, a gamma blast or whatever. I think this is mainly, used to hold test tubes or, focus a microscope. Like, it's a very scientific hand. It's kind of, pointed. So that's what that's for. And then this hand is completely open. Pretty relaxed. It can be used to rest on his other hand, rest on a table, can be used to hold, test tubes, blueprints, whatever you want to have with him. So the hands he has are good, but it'd be nice if we got some pointing hands, some like fisted hands, trigger holding hands. Like that'd be a cool thing. And it's not like he's a gun prodigy, but there's times in the comics and in the cartoon series and stuff where he does defend himself with certain robotic mechanics or gamma blasters. Like, he has this sort of technology at his disposal because he messes with it. So it'd be nice to see him be able to do that. So let's get him sized up with the Hulk real quick so you can see it. So at the end of this review, you're going to see a display on this exact same set. I actually did the display before the review, but it will still talk about my final thoughts of the figure because I really, really went in deep about how I felt about it. What the heck? Did I somehow... Interesting. I'm very confused right now. Oh, never mind. I'm not confused. Okay, sorry. I'm messing with the Hulk, guys. Sorry. Because I just remembered something about him. But here is the Hulk. This is the 80th anniversary Wolverine 2-pack Hulk. As you can see here, they're a great size. I love this. Guys, this Hulk is the best comic Hulk. Almost best Hulk figure to date. I think the only Hulk figure that's ever come out that would rival it is the SH Figuarts Infinity War Hulk because of the different head sculpts and hands and stuff. But in terms of a comic Hulk, this is the best hands down. It's the best bang for your buck. I would highly recommend you guys get this Hulk. It's perfect for any comic inspired Hulk you would probably think of with its Bruce Banner. But anyway, love the size comparison here. So let's get into the final display about my thoughts of the figure, and you guys can kind of see me, doing some ACBA with the figure. And there will be an episode of Shooting Figures based off of this set that I created. So guys, my final thoughts on the Leader action figure here. I think it's actually a good figure, missing a lot of important stuff. I feel like extra hands would have definitely helped this guy go over the top. I think the sculpt is good. I think it's a great interpretation of the Leader and what he looks like. But I think they really missed out on accessories. We could have gotten interchangeable hands, like a ray gun, some scientific tubes, something. Test tubes is what I mean, but something to really make this guy, the Leader. So yeah, so if you guys like the review, please give a like, subscribe, hit the thumbs up, like I already said, comment on the video. Again, we're trying to grow the channel, guys, and I'm really happy I was able to do this. So talking about this setup real quick, because this isn't going to be in a shooting, actually, we will make it into a Shooting Figures episode. So if you want to see more in detail information about this setup, go watch that video. Thank you guys for watching, like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, I'm your boy Aiden. I'll see you later.
Crispy.